was guaranteed to vitamin. See you through it. I'm out. See you next time. Bye.
Hello, I'm Socrates Garrett, and I invite you to tune in every Sunday at 7 p.m. to the Business and Ministerial Alliance radio show. BMA is an organization comprised of business people and ministers. And when these two come together, the community wins. Hear it. So let's get ready to shift the paradigm. Let's tune in now to BMA Radio Show with your host, Socrates Garrett and Dr. J.
Yes, sir.
I'm doing my best to make it. Hey, and we are live at BMA Radio Show. How you all doing today?
Doing just fine. Doing great.
We made history today in Mississippi. I think I'm the only one excited. So y'all not excited?
Well, I'm very excited. Dr. J, I thought that was a rhetorical question. I think every Mississippian should be excited. African Americans certainly should be excited about the event of the flag coming down. And so, yeah, it was a great day.
Perfect. We've been fighting this flag journey for the last 5 years, since 2015, when Dylan Roof went into Emmanuel AME Church and killed 9 people while they was at Bible study. And ever since then, we've been having press conferences, marches, rallies. We've been to the SEC, we've been to DC, and so now it's finally down. And so I'm feeling emotional about it.
That's a good thing. You should feel emotional about it. And the flag coming down is one of the things that was critical that we get done. And we owe that, quite frankly, to a lot of different people, but mostly Floyd George and the young people that took to the streets and tore things up in protests and demonstrations across this country, which forced the hands of organizations like the NCAA and the SEC and all other organizations that know and have known NASCAR for a long time, that it was an oppressive symbol that had no place in today's society. So my hat's off to the young folk of that time. And so it was their time. They took it and they got the job done. And I was proud of them and proud to march with them. And we have with us in the studio today, and I know you're going to bring them on later, but you know, we have the premier minister in our community that is on the front line most of the time. And I know he's going to have a lot to say about that a little bit later on. So yeah, we're grateful for what happened.
Well, thank you for being here, Pastor Pickett. So we want to bring Ms. Aunjanue Ellis in this conversation. She and I have been working for the last 5 years, like I said, to get this flag down. And I really want to hear your thoughts on this flag actually coming down. How you doing, Aunjanue? Say that again. We can't hear you. Let me try to turn it up. Okay, say that again. Go ahead. The floor is yours. Can you hear me? We can't hear you, so we're gonna try to get you on and work out those audio issues.
Let her dial in, DJ, if you can hear me.
Yes, call in. Just call in for us so that we can hear you, because we really want to hear what you have to say. I'm gonna send you the call in.
while we're doing that, and let me move and bring Pastor Pickett right on. Pastor, tell us a little bit about what you've been involved in, and I know I had the privilege of joining you at a press conference the other day that you had, and I'd like to just know, your thoughts about where we are and things of that nature.
Well, Mr. Garrett, I'm excited about the flag coming down just like anyone else. I'm excited about it, but I'm also I'm a little reserved in my celebration. I think it's something to celebrate. However, I think it's something that we use as momentum and a continued motivation. We cannot wait another 5 or 10 years to make sure that we are offered a level playing field. I wish I felt as if the motivation of those that have known for years the flag needed to come down, that have finally relented, but the motivation for why now, in my mind, is a little mixed. So I'm not as excited as if we've been done a favor, as if you've given me something. It is a racist symbol, has always been. In some instances, Mr. Garrett, I'm a bit insulted by past leaders who now are jumping on the bandwagon.
Yeah. But we appreciate them though. Hello, Aunjanue.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, you are live on the air.
Uh-oh.
How you feel about this flag coming down today?
Well, yesterday, the party started for me yesterday. And when I was screaming and crying and so loud up in here, my neighbor sent a note to me trying to see was I all right.
Really?
Yes. So I'm overjoyed. It's gonna take me a second to really process things, but right now I'm overjoyed. I know there's a lot more work that needs to be done. I'm not going to say anything about it until Kay Reed signs it. He says he's going to, but I'm not going to say a word about it, until that happens. And then for me, the next thing is getting the flag banned nationwide. I mean, the flag flies in Mississippi, has flown in Mississippi, but there's nothing stopping public, private citizens from flying that flag publicly. And you can see that flag all over this country. You can see it in Virginia. You can see it in Pennsylvania. So it's time for this country to ban that flag nationwide in the same way that Germany banned the flag after World War II. In Germany, and the United States is actually partly responsible for them making that decision to ban the swastika there because of its intended atrocity and what it meant, the violence that it represented to Jewish people. So it's the same thing, it's the same issue here in this country, and it's time for that Confederate flag to be banned in the same way the swastika was banned. And I'm going to say this and I'm going to shut up. I just want to say to you, Dr. J, I want to echo what your colleague said. I didn't hear his name. I'm so sorry, but I know that he was talking about George Floyd, and we certainly would not be in this moment we are not in right now if it were not for his paying the ultimate sacrifice with his life. And I will say this without shame. I would give anything back. I would keep on fighting you to do this way that felt so beautiful, so long. But I'll give anything back to that man to be back with his wife, to get me back with his family. Anything back. It makes me so angry that it took his life and Breonna Taylor's life for us to arrive at this place. So I have an abundant amount of gratitude for him and his family.
Aunjanue, would you tell us a little bit about, this is for our radio audience, and in the studio with me, we have Pastor Dwayne Pickett, and he's someone that you should know. And I'm Socrates Garrett. And so tell our audience a little bit about who you are and your career and where you come from. And I saw some photos of you where on your dress you had "Take It Down" on the flag. And so you're really out there on the front line doing some courageous stuff, stuff that could cost you points in your career and stuff of that nature. So tell us who you are and how you got to be who you are.
Well, the first thing before I say a word, I was, I did a lot of crazy stuff, but, Dr. Carthan was right there with me. I'm doing that, Dr. Carthan, we sent a bus to the SEC now has a conference. Why it has a conference now because they didn't want to lose its players. But Dr. Carthan was a part of a caravan of buses that we sent to the SEC, and Dr. Carthan was out there in the rain with some other Mississippians rallying outside of the SEC. Is that right, Dr. Carthan?
Yep.
Right. A couple years ago. And so, I just want to say that I'm grateful to her because she never gave up. And I also want to acknowledge before I go into my little story or whatever about me, that, it wasn't me and Dr. Carthan and a whole bunch of other people who've been kind of consistently at this for the last, 5 or 6 years, but folks been like this since the flag has been up there, for a century, over a century. They tried boycotts, they tried everything. There's a whole bunch of people involved in that effort, and to no avail. So this is a culmination of a century long battle. All I'll say about myself is I'm from Hyde County, Mississippi. My grandfather pastored a church in Macomb, and his church was bombed. It was bombed by the KKK/police. So that flag is the violence that comes with it is personal to me. It's personal. It's not just an abstract thing. It's personal to me. And as far as the things that I would do, crazy wearing these dresses that by God, no means of the imagination, but nobody was gonna look at that dress and give me a best dress award. They were not cute. I just wanted them. I wanted that message. I wanted that message to be out there. I wanted somebody to write about it. And we got a couple articles here and there, but it wasn't enough. Nothing moved the hearts of these men. Nothing did it. Nothing did it until now. And we're here. We know the reason why, because these folks didn't want to lose football. They just didn't want to lose football. And what I want to say, right, especially at this moment, I want to say a big thank you to Kylan Hill, because Kylan Hill is our Rosa Parks at this moment. Kylan Hill recognized his power as a Black man in an industry that would not exist without him. The NCAA, the college football is an industry. It's an industry. Just like the NFL is an industry, college football is an industry. Kylan Hill recognized his power within that industry. And just like Rosa Parks, he said, no, I'm not going to play for you as long as that flag is up on that pole. He recognized the power. He said no. And I'm so grateful to him. And if he can hear me right now, I want to tell him he's a hero to me and everybody else in Mississippi. And he's on Rosa Parks at this moment.
Wow. And so you was telling us a little bit about your background for the people that's not familiar with you.
Well, I don't know what else I can say.
Tell them some of the work you've done. You've been in some powerful movies.
Well, Dr. Carthan is gonna make me do that. Anyway, the other thing that I do is, besides this work that we do at home, which is just as important to me, is that the way that I pay my bills is that I act. And I've been lucky to be in some great things. I was in When They See Us, which was the Netflix direct this summer, and right now, and then in April I was in the Parks movie playing their mother, Dr. Maddie Moss Parks. that was on Lifetime and broke all these references. And I thank everybody who's listening right now. Thank you guys so much for watching it. So yeah, that's my little story. That's it.
Well, it's important that our listeners know because our children cannot be what they have not seen or heard or envisioned. And to see someone that has come out of Macomb, Mississippi, come out of this environment, fought through it from Mississippi. And if you can be successful coming out of Mississippi, you can be successful anywhere in the world. And risen to the achievements that you have, it's very important that our children and our audience know that. So thank you for sharing.
Yeah. Well, and I also it's lovely to meet you and Pastor Pickett. Is that right?
That's right.
Yes.
Yes, it's lovely to meet you both. And thank you both for all the great things that you guys are doing in Mississippi as well.
Okay. All right. Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Any final words before we let you go?
You know, I feel good. I'm happy. I'm proud of my state today. It's not a perfect day, but it's a better day. And so the next fight, as far as I'm concerned, is I'm taking this fight to Nancy Pelosi and Mitch McConnell so we can ban this flag nationwide. And I know Dr. Carthan, you're going to be right there with me to try to make that happen. So I appreciate you guys calling me. Y'all have a good rest of your day, okay?
No
All
problem.
right.
Thank you for calling in. We appreciate you.
All right, y'all take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So, Pastor,
Yes.
let's kind of get right into some of the issues here in our state, Mississippi. You held a press conference.
Yes.
And there was a young white pastor that attended and spoke at your press conference. What was that all about?
Well, Bishop Ballin out of Columbus, Mississippi, a friend of mine, pastor, we both being elevated to bishop together in the same class. And he was fired by his board because of taking a stand in marching, in prayer marches, and standing against the racial injustice and the racial racism that in that area. I mean, he stood strong regarding the statue that has a double meaning statue. If you look at the statue in Columbus, the back of it looks like a Klansman. And they threatened him all for 2 months. He didn't delay. They finally had a meeting and decided to let him go. After in 2020, the man of God is let go because he has taken a stand on race.
So are you saying the symbol may come down, but the hearts of Mississippi haven't changed? Sorry, what? I mean,
Yeah.
What are we dealing with?
Well, I think what we're dealing with, and I don't want everybody to understand. I give glory to God, and I'm thankful for people that have called. I text Colin this morning, thanking him and others for all the work they've done. Carlos Moore, all that you guys have done. But I'm hesitant. I'm really trying to work through this because of the other issues and then the motivation. Okay, so it took a man to die. It took a young man to say, I ain't playing no more. It took all of that. So the motivation was not internal, but it was external. So in my mind, it changed because it was going to affect their pocketbook. So they didn't do it, in my mind, for what I see, because they would have had a change of heart. Then when you look at the real issues in this area today, I mean, there were some issues that back in 2012, Dr. Glenda Glover, Reverend Jesse Jackson, and others, we got together here to look at some issues regarding economic participation. Do you understand the minorities in 2009 to 2012 only received 0.1% of state dollars that were spent with third-party vendors? Not 1%, but 0.1%. And from that, African American women firms only received 0.018%. See, theoretically, the flag needs to be removed. But there are issues that have set forth in this state and have existed for many years. And I just don't want us to be lulled to sleep because they voted to change the flag because they wanted the issues of their seats in the business. I need it to be that we understand it's much bigger than.
So could we see some changes in the economic conditions of the African American community?
We have to fight for that. And we have to fight for that. When you think about us not having the same opportunities as our white counterparts, us not getting those opportunities, we've got to push those changes, and they have to be very real. They have to be very systematic, and we have to be very systematic in understanding what are the movements we can make to make it happen. Here's one of the things that they tell us. We don't have the funding capacity. Well, we started 400 years before we did. We started 40 years before we did. And now we set up a system to keep me from being able to participate in road building, bridge building, those things, that make the money, right? We got to attack that with a reckless advantage.
Well, what do you say to the fact that we live in a community that's African American governed? When I look at the school board and the airport authority and the city and the county, when I look at all that, I see over $1 billion that's moving through black government hands, and minorities, not minorities, but black folks, is less than 5% from black controlled entities. John Horn said to me at the rally, sometimes our black people out white folks or white folks.
Right.
And so, we seem to be caught in a hopeless situation.
Absolutely, yeah. One of my big fears, as I try to answer the call of being a part of the solution, is, what I see wrong across the board. I see wrong from a vantage point inside of our own government, that we've been hoodwinked into a sense of not wanting to share and not wanting to allow African American companies to participate without us trying to destroy them. We got to set forth and we got to demand some accountability, even within our black government officials. Our elected officials got to be held accountable for that. And that absolutely playing us in the wrong way, and they think that they have the support. But I'm telling you, it is destroying our community.
It is. So the flag is down, but the economic condition and the poverty rate remains the same. The hopelessness, the high crime rate, the lack of self-esteem, all of that stays in place. It stays in place. So if we don't go to work today, is what I get saying. If we don't come up with a holistic strategy, then we'll continue this downward spiral.
Absolutely. We don't get the people that understand politics and demand new policies we set forth. If we don't get control of our own universities, where we're able to make decisions about what we build, it was a deliberate attempt to stop the growth of Jackson State. By making those students stay in dormitories, stay in hotels instead of building dormitories, not allowing us to participate in the building and expansion. That's a multi-million-dollar industry, Dr. J. and Mr. Garrett. Just having students on campus and in that campus area, just the meal plan alone. So it has been systematic. But what happens is we celebrate symbolic things, which are very important, but we ignore the real issues that will allow our people to come up. We're not doing the right thing to help our own people come up. What role bishops and preachers like yourself? We seem to have the leadership in place. When I think of Pastor Young, who is the Baptist Association, that is probably the premier position for a pastor in this country. And right here in Jackson, Mississippi, when I see Congressman Thompson, that's been in the Congress now, I was second congressional district for years and years and years. So what is our leadership failing us, or is it that we just can't be helped? Well, I know we can be helped. Here's the issue I think we face. We're somewhat like the lady in the report that said that one thing to shut up and look. I believe in some senses, pastors and bishops and leaders in many instances have been told so many times, shut up and preach, that anytime we get ready to deal with these types of issues, they accuse us of getting off course. Jesus and salvation is holistic. Salvation was always holistic. It was not just about the salvation of their soul, but their life. Jesus came that you might have life and have it more abundant, right? So some kind of way we have taken poverty as a badge of honor. That was all right. Okay? We've got to demand, look at here. Dr. said we have to demand from every elected official, every leader with influence, what are you doing and working on to empower your community? It has to be cut and dry.
What do you say to Black community? You hear statements like, well, this guy has made enough money, you ought to not want to make it anymore. Community doesn't seem to want to see Black folks grow as well. And that's why we don't have them pushing in the community. It's all right for help deal to make all the money in the world, but don't let Garrett Enterprises get 2 or 3 contracts. They want to shut that down. What is it about our folks that make them think and act that way?
Well, the sad thing about it, I mean, when I first became pastor here in my church, we grow, things didn't happen. It was never the people in the street that said it. It was other men and women of God that said it's just a fad, he's not real, he's not preaching the gospel, blah, 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 all those types of things. And I think inside of us, I think it's been pointed into us, poured into us by people who have brainwashed us to believe that we should not want each other to prosper. And I think, in a sense, we have so much to overcome in that way. And, it's a work that absolutely retrain the thinking of people. You know what I used to do? I should have, before my church grew where it is today, before it grew to one of the leading churches, you know what I did? I rode around Jackson and prayed for every church. I would pass by Bishop Cooley's church and pray for him and his ministry. Bishop Dr. Young's church, all the way across the board, praying, God, give them the influence. Jeffrey Starr with all these guys, they were moving because I knew they were like the poor guys. They were really attacked. Not from the outside, but from our own people. We have to change the mindset. And somebody got to be honest enough with us to say, hey, our mindset got to change with our people. You know what it is? And, yeah, it's a sickness. What is it?
What it is, well, 11, 15, I think 1700, and he was teaching the slaves on how to make their slaves behave. And he said he put the young against the old, he put the light skin against the dark skin, he put the male against the female, and we're still doing these things today.
That's right. You've seen the Al on the occasions that I've made the visit to. You've seen the Al, a lot of young people, a lot of young men and women in the sense more so than the older generation. Is that by design or am I misreading that?
One of the deliberate attempt to reach out to their population. It was a deliberate attempt from day one. My church bought into it. To be quite honest. People that were there, they bought into it. So I preach and teach out. And I say this with all humility. I got 3 masters in theology. I preach and teach in such a way to be able to speak to people from every walk of life. And I want to make sure I'm speaking to people where they are on every walk of life. So it's a deliberate attempt in our church. One, to attract Black men. We try to attract Black men, Black young men. So we talk about real stuff. I mean, I got every walk of life in my church. From ex-drug dealers, probably some current drug dealers. I mean, we work to try to help people to change and understand the process. So it's always been a design of ours to try to do that. Churches change. We're having to change more to reach some. We just want to do whatever it takes. I adopt that from mathematics. By any means necessary. I don't mean with violence. I'm talking about really reaching people where they are.
Tell us a little bit about your dreams and farm and school that you want to put down there on the property. I had an opportunity to ride down and look at some 300 plus acres of land that you're planning on developing.
Yeah, I wanted to develop a training ground. We put a training ground. When I got saved, my dad was in such shock about me being saved. My dad had taken out an insurance policy on my life when I was 15, so he thought I'd be dead by the time I got 18. So when I got saved, it was such a shock, and my dad said, what are you going to do? And my dad grew up in the inner city of Jackson. He went to Jim Hill High School. And he had grown up in poverty, and my dream was to help young men and young women from disenfranchised families and living in poverty to have an opportunity to grow and go to the best schools, do great things. I believe that farm gives you the opportunity because what has happened is you got to get people out of their environment. It's hard for me to get off drugs when I live next to the crack house, right? It's hard for me to see my life to be different if I've never seen that black people on land. Look there, I've taken people out to their farm and they were doctors and surgeons and people from different places. Tears would be rolling down their eyes. Because even at 35 and 45 years old, they did not know black people in Mississippi own that much property. Not that it's so much, it's really they had no idea. So we got to change the mindset.
Well, I don't think our children's standard of living and quality of life is equal to ours. Yeah. What I said today, out there on a lot of that, you are one of the things now that maintain that legacy, maybe even added to it by acquiring more land. We all are landowners, and our children don't own anything. They just don't seem to have a work ethic, and they don't own anything. And I'm afraid that we got to make a real change in that, and really how that happens.
And I watched Dr. Charles Peter take around, take the much to the R&D center as a social commission of higher education. He would not go out and see money after lunch with his co-workers because he was trying to stay off money. You know what I'm saying? I watched that. I watched us move from Ministerial and move into a shotgun house for 2-3 years in order for him to buy that land and have it paid to my money. You know, that kind of thing. And some of the stuff that we do now, I'm doing now, ain't because I'm trying to maintain it. I'm trying to get more. I'm going to be able to leave something like children's children. We have to change the mindset. Our kids, they going to walk around with a pocket full of money and a nice car and get that taken out of police instead of trying to build something. So I think we got to change the mindset.
We seem to have come together as a community and something happened to us there. If you think integration is a good thing for black people.
I think integration absolutely. Now, I've never answered that question. Nobody ever did ask me that question. I think there was a time the Senior College was putting out more lawyers and doctors than any school in the country. There was a time when Jackson State University had the top computer science program in the country. There were times when those things were happening. Our football players, our athletes were going to the league and to make money. And now, with integration, we're the best providers. They like it out of football. They run their football from Mississippi State and all that. And they make a million and call them rebels. I mean, it's unbelievable. You know, so and by and large, I think it is absolutely damaged to us. And I think it has caused us not to believe in our own ability, internal ability, to do for our people.
Okay, we got to get back to those questions. I remember my father always told us that we have to buy land. There's two things that you can't make more of. There's land and blood.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so we have to teach the next generation that you got to buy land.
Right.
My father is Eddie Carthan, Dr. Eddie Carthan. He was the first black mayor of Mississippi and also elected supervisor for home.
And what happened to him?
They put him in jail because he was black. And just like you're saying, the thing that you're witnessing now, it was some of his own black colleagues that teamed up with the white house to get him out of office. And all these years later, he's still fighting those things now because they came back to try to take his spot.
says, I don't know what. So we can't wait.
You grew up in a household where struggle was real.
Yes, and I never seen my father work for me. He always did his own business.
You doing well today?
Yeah. He don't work for nobody. He owns acres of land, farmland that he rents out. He has a hardware store. It's the only hardware store in the city. So we grew up working in these cities. I don't do that anymore. You don't see that working like this.
So we gotta get back to the economics. The deal is, we can't continue to pay taxes. We get nothing back. I mean, we're 45% of the state, 90% of the city, and we get nothing back from the tax dollars being sent down. You know, they threw that tea, that Boston tea in the tea pot. They threw that stuff over the taxation without one. I don't know where we're going. I have no idea. Well, we got to throw something. Something got to happen.
So these folks out of office, they're not doing what they're supposed to do.
We certainly want to do that. Now, the only way to do that, though, is for the pastors and the business people to come together. And that's why we have this organization, Business Ministerial Alliance. Because when the politicians come into your churches, pastor, they're coming to you for your support to get them elected. They don't come to see just to speak.
Right.
So the only somebody that can really affect change in their heart and their attitude is our pastors. Right. And the business people need to finance that operation. We can't let our business people get trapped on the way that the Jackson Free Press did me when I supported Yaba for mayor. Because I gave the man $30,000, you would think that I committed a crime. And so now they say you can't do no business with the city because you supported the mayor. That's designed to keep black folks from even supporting the family. Right. So that they'll always be indebted to the white community.
And white people do this all the time.
They do it all the time. So now with black folks, they got it set up where, you know, if you try to give and try to encourage someone to run and be a part of the process, then you get punished, you get penalized for even being involved.
It's serious because, a lot of people understand that our black gospel, you know what? Because our people put a white soul over the black soul. Think about the hospital in our area. Name me one leading black hospital administrator in the Jackson metro area called shots for one hospital. Multi-million-dollar industry. We're not going to participate in all these different levels, whether it be politics, whether it be healthcare, all across the board. And it's a fight that we got to get very serious about. We got to get serious enough about it that we demand change. So until we get to that point, until we look, whether it be the mayor, whether it be the city council, whether it be the supervisor, and say, we put you in office. We put you in office. It can't be that in a black city that you're giving 90% of the business to people that only live in your own country. It's ignorant.
And that's what's happening. I wish it were not the case, but that's what's happening. So I don't know. I think we're going to have to come up with a method, get a contract signed between my elected officials and our business people and our ministers. We're going to have to sit down at an economic summit of some sort. We want to sort this out.
I want to hear more about this contract. So, Paul, you on the air? You got a question coming?
Good afternoon, Dr. David Jones.
Good afternoon.
The pastor mentioned some numbers, and I wanted to put those in perspective. I think earlier he said that I think the Lord is only about 1/10 of a percent of the state contract. Is that what you said?
What I said was, In our study done in 2012, it was found that African Americans only received out of that 6.3 billion in government spending by the state of Mississippi, that we received only 0.1%.
Can you help me understand those numbers? Because when you say 0.1%, how do you make that real? Sir? When I think of, well, okay, let me tell you what quality. So when I think about $1 million, I think of 1%. That's $10,000. And then I think of 10% of that. I mean, you know, so you're talking about $1,000 for every $1 million. Put it in perspective on $1 billion. You're talking only $1 million with African American. So where did the other 999 million go? You see what I'm saying?
It went to the other agencies and businesses that were not owned by minorities. I mean, unbelievable.
We only get $1 million out of $1 billion.
That was in 2012. It's probably less than that now.
Yeah. No, I just want to put that in perspective. Also, and Mr. Garrett, because you know I know you well respected in business. What do you think is obstacle to black people start up and do?
Well, the biggest obstacle that we have right now is that there is not a fertile ground for them to start up again. Under Maynard Jackson in Atlanta, when we mandated that 25% of all contracts were African Americans, a lot of businesses were created and grew and became very successful businesses. Our businesses here today don't have the finance, the capital to get started. They don't have any customers that do business with them. It's just a real bad place to be. I'm from Mississippi. I came back here, but this is the worst place in the world for black business person to try to be successful. Thank you, Carlos.
Yeah. So let me ask Mr. Garrett this for a joy, and I'm just going to say this, and I concur with you, Mr. Garrett. Those two things are on my list: the lack of revenue and the lack of customer support. And I will just talk later about how we address those and get solved.
Thank you, Carl.
Appreciate you. Before we take a couple more calls, I would like to pause and hear from our
Have you had your Earth Blend coffee today? At Earth Blend Coffee, we take pride in offering you the very best of beans across the world, blended and roasted to perfection, giving you superior quality and satisfying and flavorful taste. Experience the world in one cup with Earth Blend Coffee. To order, visit earthblendcoffee.co now.
Welcome to We Believe TV. We are inspired by bold and spirited believers ready to adopt an innovative approach for speaking the word so that others' faith might grow from hearing the word, which gives rise to hope. Watch your church worship service live, our collection of faith-based programming, as well as original content, right here on We Believe TV. How and when you want, anytime and anywhere you want. Sign up now.
WeBelieve.tv.
Right. So tell us a little bit more about the contract. If you got to call you on the phone. I call you on the air, what's your question coming? Call you on the air, what's your question coming?
Well, I don't know what I was saying. We haven't been something that called. How are you on the air? Good, Garrett? Yes. I really do. I'm well, thank you. Considering that contract, how successful have you been in that person in getting contracts to do various projects that come in? Well, you have a long history. I've been in business so we got some significant contracts. Many people don't realize that we own 35% of the company that operates in the Ministerial. concerned with it. I'm working with my in the Caribbean, down in Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, all over this country. So we've had some success that most in this community have not experienced. And yet, our company was specifically targeted and attacked by African American leadership to share all of that. And so we had to re-kill it now, and I'll never again have a company that 3 Negroes can vote on and make any decision about what I do. That won't happen. So we've had some success and we're looking forward to the future. Well, yeah, go ahead. I like to ask one more question. Have you tried to get in some of these groups working around the yesterday and all that? I don't bid on much of that. And you have to be very careful when you have adversaries and then you award a contract. They city or they can make you win or lose. And so I have to be very careful with that. Like, we're very happy to do work with it. We demolished the entire Madison school system at 51 schools. They are very awesome. So I have to want to find that. We got $1.9 million on the contract with Jackson Public Schools right now. We were renovating on as far as the high school. So we do a lot of work around Jackson. I'm cautious about getting work in Jackson. Because I understand the mentality, the way they look at things down there. That's a shame. But I don't aggressively bid work for the city of Jackson for that week.
Yeah. Well, it is a shame. It's a shame. The long-time taxpayer business in this community who can help push others have to take that role. Again, I made a decision some time ago. I've been somewhat south over the last couple of years. So I kind of took the line what you're saying, and just don't make sense of the time. But at this point, I really got a no holds barred mindset. It doesn't matter to me whether you're white or not. It doesn't matter to me if you're supposed to represent the people and helping the people. If you're not doing that, you gotta go. It's simple as that. There's too many people taking backdoor deals for themselves, and they're getting paid on the back door. For the back door, we're taking some of these firms. They're coming in and getting more than $1 million contracts. What they got in? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And these the people want to do, and when we do water bill, we can bring them for a guy that's sewer. And the sewer messed up. And now you're going to tell us that y'all got a contract with the sewer, and it's online with everybody's bills and their water bill. We can bring them for sewer and water and water bill. Now, if we got a precedent that we have the recruiter and the right for the people as come Justin in the first recollection in the beginning. If it comes on me, it doesn't be for workers. See, the people have knowledge. Now, who's saying stewards say, why do you do it? And I feel like he's stuck in messed up. And now, if somebody don't get a contract, then you're going to say, you want to come fix the steward. And look on every water bill in our water city. They be charging us for food. Now, what when you know that?
So, we got to deal with the reality of what we are. And we got to fix that. We got to fix that across the board. Our district is that state. If we don't build a strong business plan, we don't build a black-owned business plan, then there is no hope for us. The Indians in our community that moved in and operating running all the businesses in our community, and we're nowhere to be found. So, we just got to fix it.
Then we got to fix it, and sad to say, some of the best and the brightest, even in the wealthy, in our community, and it affects us in the religious community. Because now, they prefer to go out to churches to have white power. I mean, it's a fight across the board. And of course, they say, well, we hear too much stuff about black power. Well, they don't go to the country club with white power. They don't want to instruct. So at some point, we got to be able to pick our own people.
It's not for me as I get on it. All right. Our biggest problem is that we can't do what we need to do. We are on with anytime we see another black person go out and trying to go forward and do hard to stand up, just be true, we get made. When we can stand around, drink 24 ounce and laugh, we love it. But if the person comes to you and just being real, trying to be some worthwhile, and like Mr. Garrett said, we don't say we want to, we don't support our own race. We want, you look at the white people, you can say what you want to say. They might not like each other at all when they have police. But when they come out front, they one team. We'll fight all in the parking lot, all in the pool pit. We don't have a united front. We don't know how to look at the big picture. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely great comment, Paul. And I think, you know, our community is invested in leadership, right? You know, Mississippi complains about bringing all our talent into the state. But the black community has got language right after. Our people that are able to get out of Jackson are leaving.
Yeah.
And even
I mean, we change the economic black businesses easily by upsiding any black business. I buy all my tires now from down here next to it. There are details out next to it. Shop. Tires. They get it from the same place. You get these other customers. You come up to my house. You work. You find my dad. I'm on this 5 in the morning. The real problem. We went down and one of the pull out pieces 1 or 2 times. Make sure you have leadership in your city. Leadership, I don't care what color. I I just want to tell you that continue to make sure that you absolutely understand what it takes to build. That's not what happens. Right. I mean, but really, I really just say, well, I mean, it's very serious. More, I want to probably try to keep going back. But years ago, I bought the old Southwest the scared up there. He's trying to place equipment, another GM, that you decide that you just took it, right? So after this, the GM put the last back where the walking track is 6% in our own people. Move their membership, not out to the but I think this is instead of staying up there, have nothing to do. They had no people. They love to move to the back and stay in the house. Hey, I'm telling you this. I mean, it's most so people all the time are part of that. Yeah, we really hold the children wouldn't have that fulfilled. That I'm not looking in the face that they were. You understand, we did not get more things. We had a lot of leadership, a lot of us, some nice church, some leaders, not yours, not yours. Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Have you had your Earth Blend coffee today? At Earth Blend Coffee, we take pride in offering you the very best of beans across the world, blended and roasted to perfection, giving you superior quality and satisfying and flavorful taste. Experience the world in one cup with Earth Blend Coffee.
To order, visit earthblendcoffee.co now.
Welcome to We Believe TV. We are inspired by bold and spirited believers ready to adopt an innovative approach for speaking the word so that others' faith might grow from hearing the word, which gives rise to hope. Watch your church worship service live, our collection of faith-based programming, as well as original content, right here on We Believe TV. How and when you want, anytime and anywhere you want. Sign up now.
WeBelieve.tv.
I saw it